All right. So by no means, just to kind of put a disclaimer, is this a suggestion for anyone? I'm just sharing you what I'm going to be purchasing and what's my watch list to find the next stocks, whether depends, what your portfolio is and how you want to go about it, right? How do you want to grow it? So this is the list of stocks that I'm interested. So don't take this as any financial advice. This is just what what I'm after, right? And if you guys prefer and find the same interest in the stocks, of course, nobody can stop you to buy it, but it's definitely not my advice. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the monthly bottom list here quickly. And basically what that means is that I'm searching the list of stocks right now that are on the bottom of the Keltner channels on the monthly, right? And of course, our Keltner channels have a little bit of customizations. So it's a little bit different than a normal one. So let me just do this. Apple can't be on the bottom. One second, let me just set up the settings real quick. Why is it not returning anything? I have to clean the garbage or whatever that was. Here we go. This is the weekly bottom. Okay. So this currently right now is showing the monthly bottom. All the stocks that are in the monthly bottom. What that means that stocks have taken a really good, basically a cycle. So I'll give you guys an example of what it means. Usually when you complete a monthly full cycle, it means that you go from the bottom of the monthly Keltner channel to the top. And that's, complete one circle of cycle up. And then when you go from the top to the bottom of it, means you completed a cycle down on the monthly. And monthlies don't happen often. That means they take time. And in order for something to take time to develop at such, the length, it needs to be accumulated for a very long time. So usually stocks happen to hold a lot of time in the monthly bottoms. That means they're accumulating, especially if you don't have any quarterly mids that open up the space or clouds opening. It gives you an idea, is it a good buy or not. Usually I don't buy stocks that are below monthly bottom clouds. I want them to be inside because if they dip below that, monthly bottoms usually means the quarterly mids are coming in, and that's usually a really quick fall. Okay. So now with that being said, here I have it sorted by the sector. So we have the utilities. It's not bad to look at some of those. You see here, how many of you guys type the sticker per day in ES or TradingView? This ever so.
Oh, I hate that ticker.
Oh my God, like I would not buy it just so I don't ever have to type it. It always comes up whenever I'm typing ES. So if I look at Baidu, for instance, even though I'm not really interested in Baidu just because of political risk, I'll just show you what I mean by the monthly chart. So here, we can change this one to be the monthlies. Okay, and we'll just type in Baidu here. we'll have to go a little bit higher time frame. So you guys see right here, the monthly bottom for Baidu is pretty much right around the corner. So as we approach this level here, there's a high chance you're going to bounce. So if you look right here at 101, so if we come close to 99, you can expect a bounce, right? The only thing that's different here, anyone notices between these two setups? Well, I'm showing you stocks. I'm also going to teach you what's the difference here between these two setups.
Volume?
The MACD is like
Yeah, I was concerned more about MACD because it's showing me momentum. Here we had a bullish divergence, right? So you had a lower low on here and you're making a higher low on MACD. That's actually called hidden bullish divergence, right? So here you have that, and obviously this is highlighting that for us. And here we don't have it, right? Even though if you look at it, right, if you compare this down to this down, just from a momentum standpoint, they're fairly close. Like there's not much divergence between these two falls. So we'll watch and see, if somebody's interested in Baidu at 99, yeah, you could go for it. I'm just not, it's not for me. I'm not looking to invest in it. Google, so definitely, I'm looking at Google. I've added Google. So let's see, now we'll know. And what do you notice here? What did I say about the monthly bottoms and accumulation? The longer you spend down there, the more aggressive the cycle is going to be. So now if you look here, this is the second time that Google's been at this level. And there's something, again, really important to notice. It's never happened before in Google, only one time here, where the bullish divergence is being built. And right here, Google is looking pretty good, right? So for me, I've started buying Google here. The only way I would put a stop loss here, for me, it's actually 89 on my stocks. 89 would be the stop loss. Does anyone know why?
clouds open.
No, you have to think.
Was that the breakout high?
You're close.
Clouds open.
Clouds open, but that's fine. I'm just saying, why is my stop loss 89 now?
Good retracement from the low to the high.
Buyer's exhaustion right there.
Okay. There's a huge momentum here that's shifting on the weekly, guys, and this has not happened very often. At the same time, if you I believe from COVID lows to all-time highs, you'll find a POC at 89. So I'm looking to add more all the way into 89. I would add Google, and I would honestly hold it. It would take a little bit for me to be shaken out of Google. It's for me, personally, it's going to be a super long hold, especially for my kids. So I don't really, unless they dip below 60, 70s, then I'd be like, okay, you guys can have them at these prices. I'll get them back cheaper. But otherwise, I will not look to quickly cut it, as I'm just trying to build a position in it. So if I think about Google, for me, ideal price would be somewhere between 93.4 and 89. So that's the one that I'm really, really interested in holding and buying. It's Google. Let's see here. Of course, you guys know I like AMD. So I did get filled at 59. Anything in 50 range, good for me. And I plan on holding this. I can add this if it helps. But all of my stocks are more long-term than short-term holds. I don't know about AVGO. I've been seeing it a lot. I don't know not much about the company. It's pretty expensive. Marvel, I don't know. This might not be bad. Is this the company the Microsoft purchased?
Now that's ATVI. Activision was very.
Okay, well, ATVI has a little bit to go. Might not be bad to look at. Around 67. Okay. Marvel, skip that one. Heard about this Duke Energy, but that's let me see. I thought all energy stocks are up. Wow, not this one. Does anyone know what happened to them? Holy crap. That's a nice dump. Wow.
I mean, if it's a utility, I think it's a utility, so it competes like bonds, with interest.
Yeah, that could be it. But a lot of utilities are in energy, like XLE. Is XLE really on the XLE is on the top of the monthlies?
But check XLU.
Okay, you're saying utilities. Okay, yeah, they're close to the monthly bottom. And there is a close. You guys see how the cloud closed right here? Then they tried to get in and they got slapped. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that. I like HP here. HP is not bad. They'll bounce back.
Go look at AR.
Hold on 1 second. Why is this here? Not sure why HP was on that list. HPQ.
Make sure that I think that was Disney that bought Marvel Enterprises.
Oh, okay. Wow, look at this, guys. Here's your monthly clouds. You see here, they completed a cycle. They accumulated here. And then you see a spike up. And Dr. Lee, where do you take your first profit if you buy on the bottom?
If you're buying on the bottom, you're gonna take the first profit at the mid.
You take the first profit here. This is where they reaccumulated.
Right.
And then they go here. Right?
That's right.
And then they usually do a backdoor, which is something like this. And then eventually they will have one more flush up. And then once you fall inside, like you did here, you do a bearish money shot, which is like this. Where do you take your first profit?
Back to the mid.
Back to mid. You know they're gonna go to the monthly bottom. And now you guys see the cycle. Cycle up, buy at the bottom, sell a little bit here, accumulated or whatever new buyers found. Then continue. They do a major squeeze. They get it up and they sell it. They do one more chance. And who do you guys think buys here?
Wall Street bets.
Wall Street bets buys right here.
That's right.
Kramer.
And John Kramer. So, but do you guys see the cycle? I mean, this is your cycle up. They give you a push, then you get inside. We do a bearish money shot, first target met. A little bit up, as retail calls it, bear flag. And then you continue down, and now you're going to accumulate here for a little while and then proceed higher. So this is actually not a bad spot for, let me just make sure that quarterly is not like hiding. Dr. G, what do you think about this one? You're in a, or catching rockets. You're in a monthly bottom and quarterly mid.
This is gonna bounce hard.
Oh yeah.
Guys,
That's the quarterly mid. Yeah, that's going right back up.
this is a really good price here for me. I like this.
Didn't it recently spin off VMware, or was that a different company?
I don't know if they own VMware. And I believe they pay dividends as well. Otherwise, Buffett wouldn't own it.
Yeah, they have.
Okay, so here's this. Somebody mentioned something earlier. I'm sorry, I was talking so I could not hear you. Did you say RU?
AR. You'd have to probably look it up. When I started getting into kind of this stuff a while back, I was looking up penny stocks, and This one's been up about 17-20% ever since I've been into it. I think it's going to be a banger in the end. If you look at the history of it.
Check this. It just started the down cycle.
Order filled.
So it has never broken inside the clouds till now, and right now it's executing a really, really bearish setup. What's this called?
Money shot, bearish money shot.
Yeah, this is headed right here. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you don't buy it if you think your due diligence is correct. Yeah, definitely buy it. I would personally wait for it at $23.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's something I would be buying here. I just don't like it right here. It's in a very bearish setup for me personally. MU, I think this is pretty good as well. I think chips will bounce. It'll take time. It's not going to be, a V-shaped recovery on it. But I think it's going to bounce. I think it's there's this. This is my favorite setup, guys. And I see this, for me, this is all I have to see. Look at this. Every down momentum, what do you guys notice here? The down momentum was really not that strong. It got weaker and weaker and weaker. Even now, this is good. This is really, really good. This is gonna fly. And this can be used for swings or whatever, right? So right here, if you can get this anywhere between 49 and 50, this is good price for me. I mean, you could even go bottom 47 to 50 right here. And probably up to 53. Because here you have to break this out. Let me just make sure quarterlies. We are below the quarterly. So we'll just say ideally you want it to be above this 57, but if you can accumulate 47 to 57, that's not too shabby, right? I don't know about Dropbox. D-Dog might be interesting. I don't know if we check the financials. I don't know financially how sound they are, but and somebody are you or you are the stock they mentioned? What do you see here that happened to D-Dog? Do you see the same setup?
Yeah.
So same thing when, right, they squeezed it all the way up. Then they kind of give you one more drop. And then when you pull back to these clouds, first target, and usually you do a little bit of accumulation here, a little bear flag, and then you literally drop. And then this is your pattern right here. So this stock right here for me is what I would say somewhere between 74 and it just has a really wide range. I think 74 is going to be a great buy.
What's
65.
what's the time frame on that as it went down? Like how long did it take to get down there?
From where? From here?
Yeah, about there.
228 to took it 226 days.
Okay, cool.
That's a typical time frame. Okay, here you go.
Can you do one of the indices after just to see? Just curious, like the Qs maybe?
Okay, yeah. So an average, bull average on this stock is about 7 weeks, and a bear was been about 18 weeks on D-Dog. That's interesting. Which indice do you want? Or which index do you want?
The Qs maybe.
Okay. Here's the Q's monthly bottom right here. And we are holding for dear life right now, and there's potentially a major bounce coming here. They could probably go to 300 on Q's. I'm gonna add something here.
Can you explain how the TQQ and SQQ work?
Yeah, just give me a second.
Order filled.
I was just interested to see something real quick. Oh, we're gonna have a nice bounce here, guys. Yeah, we're gonna have a super nice bounce here to at least 280 on Qs.
Do you think CPI will be cool tomorrow?
Yeah. I'll be in these tomorrow, I think. Yeah, there's Qs. Some Qs are holding the monthly bottom. I'm just gonna look at quarterly real quick. Yeah, we're at the quarterly with the bullish divergence up. And you guys see, whenever we got to this bullish divergence, what did we do? Popped really nice. So yeah, Q's not bad here. Okay. Does that help? If Microsoft's solid.
Thanks.
So we're inside the quarterly, right at the bottom of the monthly as well. Ooh. I don't know how you missed this one, Drew.
What did I miss? Oh, Microsoft. I
You
don't
have
think.
you
I
have
think
a
I covered Microsoft.
monthly bottom with the weekly full send up.
Oh, I didn't. Not full send. No, but on buying shares. I shared it on my Twitter.
Yeah, this is the first time the full send's shown on Microsoft in a while. On a longer time frame. Man.
I lied. I did not go over Microsoft. Never mind.
Microsoft has earnings next month also. Actually, I'm sorry, end of this month.
They have earnings on 10/25.
Yeah, they have a lot of exposure to foreign
Yeah.
currency, so
Yeah, they do. I will
careful.
wait, but this is gonna be anywhere, 213 if you can get it. 200 to 213, I think it will hold. And we'll check the quarterly mid on it just to make sure for me. So I'm not buying. But these weekly guys, I'm telling you. Does anyone remember when everybody was freaking out here when our daily full send showed up and people said, no way, it's gonna bounce? I think it was somewhere here when we had it and it literally ran. Full sends when they show up on weekly, that's something else. Quarterly. Okay, so it's a medium probability of the full send, and we have 194.86 the quarterly mid, so it's not bad.
Shorty, could you look at Intel?
Good brought up. Well, I can tell even now. Wow. Dude, they're on a quarterly bottom. Wow. I mean, the only thing that's left after that is to check a yearly. And that would be $11 if they wanted to go there. That is crazy. Wow. Yeah, you see that it's under the monthly. I really don't like buying them under the monthly, but the way I see this playing out, this is just my theory, right? Is that we're gonna go in-house, meaning building stuff in America, and they're gonna bail out some of these companies. Obviously, you see Intel cutting labor. They're gonna come out and send a little bailout, and then these companies are gonna basically get all the machinery, taxes free, just start producing in America. And then their profits are gonna go through the roof. So people that bought it here, they'll be selling, doubling, tripling their money. So it's not a bad buy for me here if I wanted to put some money, not a lot. But this is not a really bad area. So from quarterly top to here, it took it 547 days. So now think about it, for your investment. If you were to go and buy this, or if I was to go ahead and buy this, I have to wait 550 days, to get at least double of the money or more. This is a really long-term hold. But 25 to 20, I think this is good.
Can you check FSLR? Shorty?
Yeah. I'm just gonna finish this list, see if I see anything first. INTU is good. I just think it's very expensive. Yeah, it still has a little bit to go.
Hey, Shorty, in like 2000 or 2008, did the stocks, would they have just busted through those bottom things there? That what happened?
In 2008?
2008 or 2000? Like,
Let's see.
just saying, like, with the key, I know not with this one, but just in general.
Well, I mean, here, I'll bring up Qs.
Like 2000.
Usually you don't go through quarterly bottoms easy like that. So here's your 2008, and this is my monthly bottom, and you see you dipped below monthly bottom. And 6-7 weeks later, you brought it back inside, and then you had a run, right? And that's what I was trying to tell you guys. Usually stuff like this does not last very long, because remember, what is the value? What is the auction theory? It's price, time, and value. They're not gonna get this discount here forever. So they can't stay here forever because it becomes what? Obvious. If I keep a stock in this level for a long time, they can't. So you have to create mass, panic for people to quickly panic, and you can buy as much as possible. Does that make sense? So here they did it in a couple of weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, and then phew. I mean, think about it. If they got it an average of $26, $7, $50 right here. They doubled it. Dip, keep going up. And watch now on the quarterly. Here, hopefully it doesn't change the spot. Am I still in 2008? Yep. Look at the quarterly bottom. Do you see why I search to buy on monthlies and quarterlies.
In 2000 was no different. I don't know if the Qs existed then.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
2003. I'm sure SPX did.
Because I'm just, it's so
I don't
much.
have that much
cheaper
data
now.
here. I just can't even go that far. But here's SPX. So they dipped below this. So it's probably on a yearly where it went here. So it went almost to the yearly bottom. And right now, if it was to go to yearly bottom, let's not even talk about it.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, it would need to dip to $1,200. And I think nobody in this room wants that. It would be really bad. Probably a nuclear war or something.
Like maybe there's a nuclear war or something.
Oh, it would be huge. This company here is interesting. Global Payments.
Yeah, I used to own them, but I sold them last year.
It's actually not a bad company. I know some people there. So we're on a monthly bottom. We're gonna break through it. It's open and we're right next to it now. So probably quarterly bottom is pulling at 90s. This stock went really high, MDB at one point, and then it just literally dropped. Anyone want lemonade in their portfolio?
What do they do? Is it insurance or?
Yeah, their insurance. I'm just afraid if we get bad news, they were gonna break through these and go to quarterly bottom. So like 260 would be a good spot.
5-point scalps on ES is so easy right now.
Should be paying attention to a list.
I'm doing both.
What do you think about MDB then?
MDB? You didn't even go over MDB.
Of course I did.
Huh?
Of course I did.
I guess I don't remember. Sorry.
Hey, Shorty, could you do SoFi?
Yeah, $5.
It's below $5.
Should be at 5. No?
Doesn't SoFi owe you money?
Me?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
What stock? I thought there was some stock that I had.
Affirm.
Affirm, that's right. Okay. It was. They owe you money.
I remember my losers. SoFi is not one of them. I like honey here. It's also a dividend stock.
And also, unfortunately, I have to find long-term mutual funds to buy. I wish I could buy shares.
VTSAX is pretty good.
Sorry, what was that?
VTSAX.
All right, cool. I'll look at it. Thank you.
And now you will notice there's going to be news coming out, and every stock that we covered here, if you don't trust me, Just Google them. There's gonna be news coming out. Some good news coming up for them soon. As they need to test it to see if there's buyers like they did here on BA.
You think this BTSAX is a buy here?
I don't know, where is it right now?
898.
No, that's not a right level for it. $8 or 89?
$8.
Can't be $8. BTSAX is not $8.
And I don't know how to read.
You don't.
What? Oh, I think it's down.
Oh, you don't know how to read. That's what it was. 873 down. It's currently $87.
Why does
At
it not?
$8, I would sell you and everything I have at 8. Have you seen their holdings?
Sell me. I haven't looked yet. I haven't got there yet. Oh, interesting.
Look at their holdings here.
They hold a bunch of other mutual funds.
They own a lot of. I'm talking about individual stocks.
Yeah.
The weight of the portfolio.
Hmm.
They're pretty good, and they pay dividends. This
Nice.
is the only thing I buy for the kids.
So, do you think it's a buy at this price or no?
I can't tell you what's a buy. I don't think. Remember, how would you figure this out?
I mean, I would look at the clouds.
Okay? Tell me how.
By putting in the mutual fund.
You can put a mutual fund in here?
Sure can.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been doing that
So-
on other mutual funds.
It did not let me do it. Maybe because I did it on the app?
I don't know. But right now you typed in the wrong one. Oh, you typed in VT.
Yeah.
I thought you said B as in boy. That's why I'm
No.
seeing $8.
Oh, true.
What? V and B sounds basically the same.
Yeah, it's not a. I wouldn't touch it here yet. I offloaded all of these. I think I sent you guys a screenshot.
What cloud? The monthly cloud there. Okay.
Yeah, it's going quarterly mid at 84.
Yeah, 84. Okay. I'll grab some there. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, I didn't know I could do that. The way I used to do it, if you want to know, is
would look
that I
up
would grab
each-
the allocation and I would do
Oh, you would do the cumulative.
I would do this and see where they are, and I'd be like, okay, well, I know you guys have a little bit more to drop, and like you see here, Apple, Microsoft, and Google is coiling to push up right now. Like it's ready to push up. So let's see. I mean, tomorrow is just a very big day, right?
Yeah, I like the holdings for this mutual fund. This is nice.
Yeah, let's see. So that's all I would pick from this quarterly scan, right?
Yes,
I'm sorry,
just
monthly
dumped.
bottom. Good.
I mean, I guess it's only 10 points, but
Can't find these moves. Let's see if they gave you a clue. Nope, no clues at all. Yeah, we're going to 35.82. But then I would do the same here for quarterlies. You know, I would pick through this list, see if there's anything in real estate. You know, I think real estate is probably on a downtrend, so I will not buy real estate just yet. Utilities, we talked about it, they already beat down. We might get a little bounce here for coming season. There's a lot of infotech here. We talked about INTC, Okta, Shop. I really don't know what's going on with Shop's model, why everybody's hating it all of a sudden. I really don't know from the users, right? That use it. Is it good? Is it bad? I would look into it, but it's at a $20 Shop
They're
was
hating
good.
it because it's Canadian for.
Say it again.
They hate it because it's Canadian and it's a competitor to Amazon. They're also starting to like create their own supply chain. Like you can order from their store in you can actually like like Shopify would deliver it for you. They're not going to use like third-party delivery companies.
So the supply chain is in their hands, like all of it for consumer.
Something like similar, like what Amazon does, but
Yeah.
like it's still like an ongoing project.
Twilio is $67. That's an interesting one.
What about UFPI? I used to work for them.
UFPI, let's see. Let me just.
They're a lumber company. I mean, everybody always needs wood.
Yeah, but it's about supply and demand. If you don't have money, are you gonna need wood?
Well, that's true, but
Yeah, and the stocks will move the same way. There goes ES about to go to the PD value area low from yesterday. UFPI. So they make like timber, lumber, or
yeah, they're a large lumber manufacturing company. Like the local place apparently got bought out by them. They used to buy, I can't remember what they used to go by, but they got places all over and they do all kinds of different types of wood. I know the ones that they mainly cut and send out is like, I think built for like shipping and pallets. But like I said, they got all other manufacturing places all throughout the United States. I think this company that bought them.
when I look at it, right? So if I was to just look at it on a monthly, what do you guys think where we are right now? What phase are we in?
Accumulation.
Distribution.
Or, yeah, just.
We're trying to get rid of it.
They loaded up here and they said, hey, we're gonna go a little bit higher and test it. Then they came back right here. Basically, they reaccumulated in this zone here. Then they popped it. And now this is the next zone right here. So if they accumulated at 14 and they went to 90, what would you guys do with the stocks?
Sell.
Yeah, you would sell it.
So
And then if you read the Anna Cooling book, there's something telling you here that it agrees with the distribution. Anyone notice something?
You got double top formation and volume dropping.
line in volume.
Yeah, you have a climbing volume. This was the climax here, so high chance this is gonna come back down. Because remember, yes, timber is always needed, but it's about supply, aggregated demand and aggregated supply. So the supply here, I don't think we're gonna hurt necessarily the supply right now, but you would if you enter a global recession. You know, you probably won't need as many people cutting trees down or whatever they do. But also the demand. If there's no demand for it, you're not going to produce it because you have fixed costs overhead to do it. It's
Well,
almost
with
the same
the
thing with gold.
upcoming housing crisis, Shorty, you also got to consider they're probably going to cut back on building new homes, which is going to cut back on the supply or the demand for lumber, which is going to cascade the effect down.
So watch this. I'll show you.
I agree with everything y'all are saying. I mean, it's been up. I mean, ever since I'd worked there, but it's definitely, I think, something to keep an eye on for, as you say, and it looks like is when it goes down, then it'll be time to buy it because you know it will come back eventually after its downturn.
Oh yeah, of course. You just have to find. That's what we're kind of looking through is where do you buy it? Like what price? So I was looking at some statistics the other night after our watch list. The number of cancellations that we have for new builders is at the I think 1978 high. So think about it, you know, sometimes, and I don't know if there's any real estate agents, but there's a locking period when you buy a house and mortgage interest rates. And especially on new houses, there's different rules, I believe, and you can lock in to the rate. So if these people didn't lock into a rate and they're building a house that's 700K and now that rate comes in at a little bit different number, what would you guys do? Would you take a 20K hit right now or buy 700K home at 7%?
I'd take the 20K hit.
Yeah, most people would take a 20K hit because you would cancel the buying, you would pay some penalties, blah, blah, blah. But you wouldn't have to pay 700K at 7%.
Especially for a house that's probably only going to be worth $500,000 after that anyway.
If even, I would say that's a really generous number.
I was trying to be nice with housing prices on that one, but you're paying $700K for something that no longer holds a $700K value.
Yeah, I totally agree. And this is more of a distribution, so we're gonna have some demand fall off, and it'll be a good time to actually buy land and build houses for yourself. I agree with that. It'll be a good time to use the product, not the stock. If that makes sense. When there's
Can
less
you-
demand.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got you.
Can you look at CRK?
CRK. I don't even know if I have.
No, just CRK.
I thought you said A at the end. I don't know what this is. And I wouldn't touch it with a stick. I'm sorry, but what is it? Like,
It's natural gas.
oh, US?
Yep. They drill.
How's their cash flow?
Oh, it's actually great. They're paying off all their cash flow they're paying the debt off with all the cash flow, and they just got debt free. And insiders are buying. That's why this caught my eye.
A lot of volume here.
Yeah.
This is a really good accumulation.
They also have a crazy low EV to EBITDA. It's like super low. It's almost an anomaly.
2241. I mean, what in the world? Wow. Okay, well, maybe I will touch it with a stick.
Looks like they're
I was
accumulating.
looking at that June 2008 too when you moused over that.
Say it again.
I was looking at when you moused over that high. It was June 2008.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Look at the volume.
I've been hearing something about flip to like natural gas, or they got the pipe busting and all that kinds of stuff over there in the middle of the sea. I think it was about 3 of them. So I think we got all of that building, and I think that's a pivot toward natural gas for future use. What that is, I don't know, but it's interesting.
I think there's always been a surplus of supply in natural gas, but there'll probably be a deficit coming soon, and I think that could push the price up too. And like across the whole industry, like there's a lot of just inside buying in natural gas, and all the companies like ET.
Oh my God, these people loaded up right here. Look at this. Wow, and then you see how they went here, literally came back for more. Well, is it optionable? Oh, it's optionable. Okay, no, it's a good find. Thank you.
I got another one for you here. Check out. It also worked for them. I can't remember the name or what they're on there, but like, have you ever looked into solar panel industries?
I did, yeah. One of the guys actually in the Discord here, Dirty Max, he sells solar panels for a big company.
Yeah, I used to work for installing them out in the field, but I mean, ever since I started looking them up on the stock exchange, it's like they're pretty high up there, and I believe eventually they'll go down too. There's one is literally called Solar, I guess CPH after. There's a space, but it says Solar B. There was another one, I think. Maybe I was just Google. Maybe I was just searching up just solar companies trying to see what was on there available. But I'm sure, of course, right now ain't the time to buy. But
I don't see CPH.
Solar. No, literally, just type in solar. CPH be after it, or Solar B maybe.
Yeah.
Dash B. I don't know. It's like I'm looking on Webull. That's when I looked it up long ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is on.
We'll check FSLR. Isn't this First Solar? This is also First Solar.
Yeah, so they'd probably be about the same-ish. Yeah, that's about the graph looks about the exact same as what I'm looking at, even on the app, the Webull app.
Oh man, this looks like it's gonna fall down. A really
Be something
nice
maybe
uptrend.
maybe invest when it falls down.
Yeah, but it's ready to come back down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That'd be a good time to probably pick it up because I mean,
FSLR for me, I would look at it 90s.
I think in time, solar panels definitely will be a big influencer in our future.
I think it will be, but it will take a long time because it's so expensive. How much does it cost to get a solar roof on your house?
I don't know, but I don't think it's really so much the solar panels. I think it's the power converters. But
Well, it's like
I mean,
20K. They also have to, like take all the tiles off your roof and then.
Well, that too, but even if it's, what he's talking about is a different idea of it, right? Which is right.
Actually, I've seen them install them on houses and just straight up install on top of the shingles and everything.
Yeah, and that's how you get leaks.
Well,
I'm sure they figured it out at some point, right? I mean, they all learn from it.
But I think mainly a lot of it is the power, is how to convert it into usable, because you got to change all that up and have the special units just to, power your house. But it is true that, they do say, I've heard that people like get owed by the city because you end up getting so much power from your solar panels that you actually distribute it back onto the power lines. And it's like, so they end up paying you for your utility bill.
Yep. You just got to figure out the payback period, on some of those things, right? Especially if you have a larger house or whatnot, big family, it might be worth it, right? And if you find your forever home, I think for some people it might make sense. I know the guy Dirty Max in the Discord, he said that one of his buddies or maybe family members gets like $300 a month from utility company for the electricity. So, which is not bad. You get to use it, man. You get paid for it, and eventually, $3,600 per year times 5 years, that's 20 grand. And if it costs 20 grand, so it takes 5 years to pay back.
And free utilities the whole time, free electricity the whole time.
Yep, that's pretty good. Yeah, but I would expect this to come back down. You're on the quarterly. If you're looking, if they continue this momentum, right, and you guys know from the fibs perspective, where would you expect it to bounce? Right
there at your midline.
Well, from this line, if I was to use the fibs,
31.
Yeah, I would expect it to be right here. I wouldn't want it to go below this 382, right? And everybody knows why, correct?
Yeah.
Why? Because somebody explained
why. I don't.
Okay, good. Somebody will explain. Somebody said yes.
Strong bull trend retracement to 382.
Correct. Whenever you're in a strong bull, strong trend up, you should not retrace more than 38.2. If you do, you're no longer, a really strong uptrend. You're an uptrend, but not really strong uptrend. So if you think about it, right here, when they're running, let me just Hold this. I have to enable this guy again. So if you look here, you know, they went below the 38.2 here, then they bounced and they tried to hold the 38.2 and then they regained it here. You know, they accepted the price to go over this level. If you see that cloud, that's right there. So they accepted it. And here, the second time, you see that they strongly rejected that. They came back and that was a strong rejection. Then you went to the 61.8, which is my, that's mentioned to you guys. It's a really good stock, a really good level for a bounce. And they did, they bounced it here. So now if this trend is really true and they're going to hold, the 38.2 has to hold. If this level breaks, then you're looking at 73 for a chance to own some shares.
Thank you.
Could you look at FNILX when you get a chance?
Which one?
FNILX. It's a Fidelity.
This one?
Yeah.
Large cap. Not a very old mutual. No, you can't do it here. Just doesn't seem to have a lot of volume. Is it like a known fund or?
Honestly, I don't think it's that popular. I
It
kind
doesn't
of
look
like
like it.
holding, but
Pay dividends?
that I'm not sure of actually. Let's see.
Yeah, it looks like the large cap, it does pay dividends. I don't know why it has 0 in the title. That's a little scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0 is kind of weird.
And then 515.
Shorty, after this one, could you look at Sentinel 1, please?
Yeah. I just don't know what their cost is.
Oh, that's why it's 0. It's 0 fees.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, thanks.
That's good. Not the price, but the 0 fees.
Hey, Shorty, could you look at like NVIDIA and Apple to see how close we are?
Yeah. So I mean, it will most likely eventually go here to the bottom, and you see if we arrive here quickly to this level, this is a no-brainer here. This would be a closed weekly bottom, and that's a really good level. This is a really long-term hold. And I already have this one. I have a couple of these already here. Apple. So the weekly bottom on Apple is right here. That's where we got a bounce last time. If you look here off the weekly bottom, it's 136. Then if you go to the monthlies, that's probably another $15-20. Yep. So 120 is a good range, and this is what I mentioned to Drew, I believe. And somebody asked a few weeks back on these watch lists, where are we going? This is the level.
120.
Yep. Full send. Fired here. So weekly, we're in a third wave now. You got a bearish full send on the daily. And you said the video. So we are in monthly bottom right now. I doubt it breaks 99, but let's see.
I got filled on an order for NVIDIA on my long-term port last week.
Yeah, I did too. At 120.
In AMD.
Yeah, I'm at 120 on the video. I mean, you see the quarterly mids right here. So we're gonna get a bounce here. Most likely we're gonna get a bounce here, guys. Doesn't matter. I think the news tomorrow will be bullish just based on what I'm seeing from the clouds. But let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Because to break these, you need some really bad news. And I just don't know how bad would that be. Initially, I'm not saying forever. I just think initially we're gonna get a reaction here. Okay, what else do you guys have?
Are you gonna post that doc or the sheets somewhere?
Yeah, I'll post it.
Okay.
How about Amazon?
Oh, Amazon.
The quarterly mid is 120. It's at the monthly mid, so if you can get it closer to this range, this would be good.
Could you check out VTI when you get the chance, please?
VTI is right at the bottom of the monthlies. If it breaks this, going to 174 and then 135.
Oh, by the way, I think CRK is reinstating a dividend next quarter. Just wanted to let you know.
Oh, that's good. This one looks interesting. What's their fee? I got it. And now you guys see why I love these patterns. What is this called?
CD.
Yeah, that's bearish money shot, right? You drop inside the clouds, you come back, you're right here. Alright, what else do you guys have? Let me see.
Did you check out Zim?
Oh god, is loose on. I think Loose is the only man crying talking about this stock.
I got in early and sold at right before their dividend, right after their dividend.
Yeah, it's just that they're international, right? So you get hit with taxes pretty hard on this, don't you?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't, I personally don't like it, but this is a really good level. It's in the monthly bottom and they're accumulating right now. Like right now, they're accumulating. And I know this is a very long time ago. If you're to go through watch list and find it, maybe we should add like tickers reviewed or something catching rockets. I know it's a lot, but it would help. I mentioned that this stock was obviously driven on the hype of the, I think it was like $20 or $15 dividend.
15, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's there it goes, $17 or some shit like that. Look, $17, and then it went back. I said this is gonna be great, but like it's gonna go down, it's gonna dump. Like people are so ecstatic, and that's the hype they create, right? So think about this, and I'm just giving you a scenario. It's not manipulation, it's just how it works. If I'm super wealthy and I'm like, hey, we're okay losing a little bit of money, and we'll create news that you're going to give dividends of $17, and we won't sell all of our shares immediately right now, but you will announce shares of $17 to bring in who? Who would buy it when they hear news like that? Who buys it? Is it retail, or you guys think you guys think the hedge funds hear that this company is giving $17 dividends and they go and buy it?
Wall Street Bets was buying. I remember like seeing so many posts.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, do you guys think that institutional investors will
No.
buy this at $17, guys? They know how the game works. They bought this stock. Let me tell you, they if they bought this stock here, they probably bought it somewhere around here. When the underwriting IPO or shortly after, they bought it right here, and then they were able to fund that dividend through their gains. But how? To lure in, basically, to set up a bait for the retail. There was no liquidity in the stock, so they needed. How do I say this? Man, fuck it. There's no nice way. They needed idiots to come in here and buy it at these prices. If you bought it here, I'm sorry. I'm not calling you an idiot, but you should be smarter than to fall for these tricks where you buy it at $90 when the stock was struggling to make any higher highs for some time, and you come here and buy it at 90, and now you can buy it at hell of a discount. If you like to buy it at 91, I don't see a reason why you shouldn't be happy at 24. So it's not something I'll be interested in. Lose. Lose, what's your average?
Can you look at SOXL?
SOXL. Yeah, this one might be pretty good too. Shorty and long is finding gems tonight. Oof. You might be. Is this leverage, right? It's 3x now. How often do they rebalance? Does anyone know?
I'm not sure. I just saw the chart and thought it looked good.
It does. I'm afraid of trusting this right here. We're on the monthly bottom. Quarterly bottom is at 0. So probably 372. If I was to guess, it would go right here. And if you're to buy it now, think about it, that'd be a 50% loss. I just, if I was to add this.
These aren't these leverage ones are only meant for daily holds, right? Aren't they rebalanced daily at the close
It
of every
depends.
day?
I don't know if they're rebalanced daily, but I thought they're less frequent than daily.
I'm almost positive it's
How
daily.
do the leverage work on the ETFs, if you don't mind explaining?
They decay like options, you know.
Oh, they
Yeah.
do? Okay.
Yeah, they have time decay on these. So you have to nail the trend reversal, or I don't know if I want to look for the bottom on these.
Okay.
I mean, the
did not know
overview
that.
is it basically says these leverage ETFs seek a return that is 300 or positive or minus the return of their benchmark for a single day. The fund should not be expected to provide 3 times or negative times the benchmark's cumulative
so it
return
is
for
daily.
periods greater than a day.
Yeah, let's screw that.
Yeah.
Or balance reap daily, it looks like.
Yeah, they're
that's
definitely
pretty bad. I mean, you can buy for long term. It's just not maybe something that I like.
I had done a calculation on the TQQ once, and it looked like you lose about 15% a year compared to a triple of the Qs.
Okay. Well, I think we covered somebody's topic. I don't know if it was Rumi or somebody. SQQ and TQQ. So SQQ is just a short version, triple leverage short version of this. I can't look at this on the monthly chart. Doesn't look good. Just there's a lot of stuff here. My God, come on, get out of the cloud. Yeah, it's getting really squeezed now. I don't even know if you're on the top or bottom quarterly. So we're going to the monthly top here, 67.83 on this. A lot of stuff is pointing towards a bounce. Like one more bounce before, and I could see this happening just because of the election coming up, to be honest. I can see another run. So this might not be bad, like something November. Wow, they are expensive. Look at that IV on these guys. Yeah, I would not touch that. 100%. All they have to do is dial down the VIX and your contract. You have to gain 100% in price to make up the 50% volatility, pretty much. Okay. What else do you guys have? Anything? So this will be my initial shopping list, and then I have some other ones that I'm looking at, right? So I like Kroger, I like SQ. PayPal was on my list, no longer on my list. Crazy.
What about Twitter?
No, I will not buy Twitter. I think GM is going to be good. Ford is going to be good if you're going to be playing that. I think I said I wanted to look at XLC. Yeah, I'm interested in XLC very soon here. Something is going to happen here very soon. So I'll be watching this to see.
Oh, I just thought of another one. Might not be good, but Snapchat.
The only thing I'm worried about Snapchat is, let me see. I would have to check to see their financials a little bit more. I just don't know if they're growing. And I don't know the company well enough. Unless you do.
No, I don't know the financials that well on them, sadly.
I mean, they're growing.
They're growing, but they're losing ground to TikTok as well.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, their
is
EBITDA is just a little bit concerning.
you had Square on the list. Is that down in the lower part of the clouds right now?
Square. Yeah, it's not just there yet. Because Square took a beating first. If you recall, Square's below the monthlies, and I think it's on the quarterly. Yeah, almost quarterly bottom here, but it has a major, look at this. If they're to send it to 31, this is a no-brainer, but I think we're gonna get a bounce here on Square. We should look at Squares for tomorrow. 57-ish. I would look at this for tomorrow, Bean. If you want to keep a reminder, I think we should look at this for some options. Square, what else? Like the outside where I like Caterpillar. If you guys like this company, I think it's gonna do okay. You can expect some bills, Better Build America or some stuff, something like that soon. Like RTX, I also have that in my portfolio. If you can get it anywhere in 80s, that's pretty good. That's quarterly mid. 75, 80 on RTX.
How low is Tesla going?
Hopefully it's 150.
That Caterpillar, is it currently now at the spot you'd recommend buying?
I don't recommend the spots. I just look at the, where I would get it. And, I've been adding this in this range here between 160 and 180. I've been adding Caterpillar and full send on a monthly bottom that taps it perfectly. It's a no-brainer for me. So completed a really, really long cycle here from here to here, 252 days it completed, right? So
cool, thanks.
Yeah. 160 is a great 160 to 165 is a really good spot for Cap. They pay dividends too, and I mean they're a strong company.
If you're still doing, can you do VTV? Like the Vanguard Value?
You got a full send on the weekly. This is gonna go back probably to it's gonna go back to 133.
Thanks.
What else do I have? We talked about Amazon, Google. Let me look at my portfolio real quick.
Tesla?
Yep, we can take a look at Tesla. I don't have shares of Tesla right now. Okay. I do have SoFi shares. So SoFi is a 5. It's also at monthly bottom, so not a bad entry probably for it. Tessie. Oof. That's what I want to see. 164. And we just got inside the monthly cloud. So this will be your bounce area for Tesla. Right here. So it's probably going to bounce, of course, not just going to fly down. You can expect to do what here?
Bearish backdoor?
Bearish money shot. Remember, bearish backdoors occur on the bottom because it's bearish. You're continuing the bearish trend. Bullish backdoors occur on the top because you're trying to continue the bullish trend and you need to take out this high here. So you need to go higher. So here I was indicating that this is looking weaker, probably going to this mid, guys, going to 140. I mean, the momentum is dying here. A huge divergence all the way from here that they filled. Yeah, so 180 first, 160, then 140. Has rooms to go. Okay. Anyone else? Any wish list stocks you guys want to look at?
MU?
Yeah, we covered MU. We already talked about that one.
Oh, sorry. I was not at my computer.
You're trading. No, you were trading.
No, I wasn't at my computer for a minute.
Hey, Shorty, would banks be in trouble now, or what do you think?
Oh man, it's such a slippery slope. So when the interest rates rate up do people borrow more money or less?
Less.
Yeah, so the demand for their services goes down. Hence, how do they entice you to come to the bank and give them cash?
By giving you higher interest rate return.
Yeah, they can increase the yields and savings. They put CD rates up. They lock your cash so they can kind of loan out the cash that you have. And that's the most secure way for them to start making money again. And you're going to notice now, I've already started getting emails from Amex and all the other companies are yield savings. They're competing on yield savings now to see who can bring in the most cash because they're expecting people to do what? Start saving, because people, remember, in good times, you're supposed to save for bad times. But a lot of people in the good times lived like in the good times. When you think about COVID, people didn't have to spend gas, disposable income went up, the demand for products went up, the supply was compressed. There you know, that's how you got inflation. You know, whether it's only COVID or the war or mix of all of those things. So now when you think about banks, you know, can they reset here and become stronger? Yeah, as long as they can survive a really strong stress test of not having, you know, enough cash reserves to do repos, you know, loaning out money for like a quick loans on large amounts and making 50 million there, 50 million here and there, whatnot, and more focused on deposits and making, you know, the spread between what they give you and what they can get the loans for. So if they can give you 2.5% for CD, but the interest rates are higher, like 8, well, you know, the difference there minus fees or whatnot is what they profit. So it slows down, you know, how much they make, but also slows down how much loans they issue. So it's really tough because if one of them fails, what do you think happens to the next? It's a really, really slippery slope, like a domino effect. Like Lehman Brothers, right? If one fails, all of those debts, oh, I owe you, this guy owes me, starts building up, and then it literally, you know, the dominoes crack, and then they just start collapsing. So, you know, let's look at XLF while we're at it. If you look at XLF, for instance, here, we are on the monthly bottom here, and we got a full send weekly. This is the third week in a row that we're making higher lows. Well, here we made a lower low, higher low, and now we made a lower low and lower high still. But, you know, there's a lot of momentum for buying. They did dip them to 17, you know, in March 20th, COVID. No, it's not the same animal, I would say. It's different. You would have to go back and see if this existed back. Look at this. In 2008, $4. So could this be the bottom here? Yeah, this could be the bottom, but it also doesn't mean it will be. Also could be right here. It should mean they would make a higher low. And this slope makes more sense than this slope right here that we're on now, if you ask me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically...
It's a long answer. I'm not looking to add any shares just yet in financial. Goldman Sachs would be, the Citigroup would be on my list. I like Bank of America. You see Citi here. I mean, they've been accumulating this forever. I don't even know why. What was the significant drop? I mean, but they've been here forever. So you can get it closer to the bottom of this cloud or this rectangle. That'd be good. I think it's a good company.
I think they've got almost a 4.5% yield or something close to that.
Yeah. And there's a lot more variables that you have to be aware of with the banking and financial industry. All right, let's see.
Oh, maybe GDX?
Yeah, it's in the monthly bottom right now. Bounced right off of it. They don't want to go below. They're trying to hold it. If they fail, this would be a really good spot here. It would complete quarterly down cycle to here. That'd be really, really good. Somebody asked for PLTR. Did I answer your GDX question?
Oh yeah, thank you so much for showing all of those. It's amazing.
Yep, so here, and PLTRs, it looks like it's accumulating. I just think they have a crazy CEO for a moment. Until proven otherwise, I can't take him seriously just yet. He's telling you guys, don't sell it, don't sell it, but then he's offloading the shares. Like what? Like, why are you doing that? So I would only look for it once it's above, certain level, and this is not definitely one of them. Let me just see if it's quarterly involved anywhere. I don't know if it's been long enough to calculate quarterly. No. You would have to really devote a long-term hold on this. I mean, it went to 27. All the retail bought it here. When it went to 20, they probably, look at this. They gave retail something to think about. A bunch of bounces. They dropped, retest, and then dump it. So maybe they're accumulating here. And, if it is, this is not a bad level. As long as we hold here below 645, it could probably lose another 50%. AT&T, this probably be the last one. Wow, AT&T is at $15. That's crazy. It's probably a good find. This is not bad, guys. At $15, they do pay dividends. Yeah, this is a really good spot.
Shorty, are there any books or resources that you would recommend on learning like bond markets, or just like, I guess, just anything about the bonds? Getting to know it better.
I can send you some stuff. Yeah.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yep. I'll post some stuff. All right, guys. Let me see. Did I do snow? Sorry, PJ. Yeah, so snow never got out of the cloud on the monthly. They held it here. So they're trying to do, it's not really a money shot just because we never got out. But as long as it holds this 144, it's pretty good. Probably go to 235 if it catches any momentum. It should be the mid here, and you can check the weekly, see where it's at. So shares wise, I wouldn't touch it till 122. It would need to come back to 122 for me to look at it. All right, what else? Anyone else? Any questions?
Draft game?
Is it below 15?
Yes. Yes.
It's gonna go here. Yeah, it's most likely gonna go $12 to $11. This is where it's headed right now. Yeah, I would expect them to be in this range. All right, guys. If you guys don't have anything else, I'm about to pass out.
Me too. Thanks, Shorty.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you, and
Thanks so
I'll
much.
catch you
Take care,
guys.
man.
Thank you,
tomorrow.
Shorty.
Bye bye.